I'm Malcolm Zoppi, an English qualified corporate solicitor, and in this video, we'll discuss what are convertible shares. We'll go over three main things. First, of course, what are convertible shares? Second, how do convertible shares actually work in practice? And lastly, who are convertible shares for? Fantastic, let's get started. So chapter 1 is what are convertible shares? So convertible shares are typically preference shares that have the option to convert into ordinary shares. Now, preference shares are a special class of shares that have preferential rights to dividends and capital distributions. So in short, that means that these shares are the first to get paid a fixed amount of dividends, and if in the case that the company liquidates and the assets are sold off and the proceeds are distributed to the shareholders, then the holders of preference shares are the first ones to receive that money. If there's anything left, then it's given to the rest of the shareholders. The downside of preference shares is typically twofold. Number one, they don't have the right to vote, which might be good for founders if they don't want to give up control of their company. And secondly, the capital growth opportunities are lower because typically, yes, they are preferred in the sense that they get money first, but that amount is capped. There's a ceiling on how much they're going to be getting. If instead the company is doing great, there's, for example, a lot of dividends to be distributed to the shareholders, then the ordinary shareholders typically would benefit more because they get anything above what is given to the preference shareholders. And that's typically why investors like venture capital firms like to have convertible shares, because if things are not going great, then they keep their preference shares and their greater right to receive dividends and capital distributions. But if things are going great, and for example, there's an exit or a sale, then they want to convert their shares previously or shortly before into ordinary shares so that they can get the maximum amount of money as possible. So just in short, to try and summarize, convertible shares start out as preference shares when it's still not very clear how well the company is going to do, in which case the investor might want to be able to take out their money or be the first to get paid, I should say, in the event of, let's say, a capital distribution following a liquidation of the company. But if things are going great, there is a few funding rounds and the company is growing a lot, in that case, the holder of the preference shares might want to convert them into ordinary shares that, of course, yes, they carry greater risk, but they also have greater rewards. And they would only do that if they deem the risk to be lower because the company has already shown to be doing well. So let's move on to chapter 2, which is how do convertible shares actually work in practice? So as mentioned, they start out as preference shares and receive a fixed amount of dividends, and upon a trigger event, so typically the contract with the investor would specify what events act as triggers that allow the investor to convert the preference shares into ordinary shares. In that case, they're able to do so. So typically that involves the investor giving the company notice and then the company having to comply with that notice and take their preference shares and give back ordinary shares. Trigger events are things like the company getting sold. So in that case, they want to convert the shares shortly before the company getting sold, or an IPO, an initial public offering, or for example, a very significant funding round. Now, before we discuss who convertible shares are typically for, feel free to send me an email if looking for professional legal advice. With our legal advice calls, there are no charges, no obligations, and no nonsense. Contact me now at info@zoppi.co.uk. So who are convertible shares for? So we have two parties, of course. One is the company that's giving out the shares, and the second are typically the investors. So starting with the company, typically the company would be a startup-like company, early stage, possibly unable to raise enough debt finance, so loans from banks, unable to do so, and instead has to turn to the equity markets like venture capital firms. On the other hand, on the receiving end of the share allotment, so the people that are receiving the shares, typically these would be sophisticated investors. So they might be venture capital firms that are looking to invest the money of their investors, or they might be angel investors. Typically these would be savvy, the angel investors who have an understanding of how equity works and want to protect their interests whilst maximizing the chances of getting returns on their investment. So that's how convertible shares work and how they can benefit a company and their investors. If you've got any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. I'll be very happy to answer any questions that you may have. And if you want to learn more about other classes of shares, for example, the ordinary shares, make sure to watch this video right here. Thank you for watching.